please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening, everyone. Okay, we will call the meeting to order at 7:05 p.m. All right, we'll move on to item number 3, which is public comment. Is there any public comments? Is there any public comment? Hearing no public comment, we'll move on to item number 4, approve minutes of the February 20, 2017 regular meeting. Do I have a motion to do so?
So moved.
Motion by Len, second by Anne Marie. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Chair votes aye, motion passes 7-0. Item number 5 is the first Selectmen's report. So I just want to go over the budget that I presented last week to the Board of Finance. That budget keeps the mill rate level at 36 mills for the third year in a row. The overall expenses of the town have decreased 0.31%. So we are running at about $172,979 less for fiscal year 19 than we did for fiscal year 18. Over the last 3 years, the increases to the overall town budget has been 0.6 in fiscal year 17, 0.1 in fiscal year 18, and this negative 0.31 in fiscal year 19. So our plan is working, which is certainly a positive. With the $2 million cut from the state of Connecticut, fiscal year 20 and 21 are certainly going to be a challenge, but I think we're definitely headed in the right direction. I'll be presenting to this board at our next meeting. I'd like to set the unencumbered cash reserve number at 12%. And then I would also like to go through the capital plan for a vote with this board. So we'll add those as agenda items at our next meeting. Anybody have any questions on the budget itself? I gave a very lengthy presentation. Stefan took the time to come and be supportive. He was there. So, no? Okay, Al Bruno was busy. All right, with that, I close my first Selectmen's report. All right, we're going to move on to item number 6, awarding of a bid for Citizens Engine Company number 2 roof project. As you know, we had put money into the budget to address the repairs that needed to be made at the Citizens Engine Company roof. In your packets, you see a letter from town engineer Don Smith. The letter is actually to committee. It's to the Standing Building Committee, but it has all the things that we needed on it. So just let me read this into the record. It says, "Dear committee members, on February 22nd, 2018, the town received 4 bids for the above referenced project prior to the specified closing time, and a 5th bid 1 minute after the closing time, but prior to any bids being opened. After reviewing the bid language, town council opined that it was in the best interest of the town to waive this informality in the bidding submission and open the bid. See the attached bid tabulation sheets for a summary of the bids," and I'm not sure if you have the tabulation sheets or not.
Yeah.
As indicated in the attached tabulation, the low bidder is A Preferred Construction, LLC. We have reviewed the scope of work with the low bidder and the references they have furnished. Accordingly, it is our opinion that the town's best interest would be served by awarding the above referenced project to A Preferred Construction, LLC in the amount of $76,100 for the base bid only, subject to posting the necessary bonds and insurance certificates. We trust this information allows the committee to make the informed decision on this matter. Please feel free to contact me if you have any questions regarding the matter. Very truly yours, Donald W. Smith, Jr. So if you wanted to take a look, you can see the 4 bids. They range from $141,000 to $76,100. And again, the recommendation from Town Engineer Smith and the Standing Building Committee is to go with A Preferred Construction, LLC. So at this point, I will entertain a motion that we award the bid for the Citizens Engine Company Number 2 re-roofing to A Preferred Construction LLC in an amount not to exceed $76,100 as recommended by Don Smith, our consulting engineer.
So moved.
Motion by Len, second by Anne Marie. Is there any discussion?
I just have a quick question about the, when they redo the roof, when we spec'd it out, did we put into the specifications, whatever we would require if we ever wanted to add something like solar panels or something like that to the roof?
Yes.
It's all built in?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep, good question.
Mr. Chris, did you get any feedback about the bids? Did you get a quick
In what way?
review? Well, there's a huge gap between
Yeah.
the high bid and this low bid.
There always is.
There always is?
Yeah.
That's normal?
Yeah.
All right, because I haven't noticed that before.
Yeah.
That's why I was wondering.
I mean, it's never that far out of whack.
It's pretty, it's like double.
Yeah. It's never that big.
Okay.
Generally, the spread, the 76 to 96, 98, that's common.
Okay,
It's just on how they price the job, how much profit they want to put in it,
right.
you know, that type of thing.
Understood.
How much business they have.
And the references came back all right? We don't have any issues with this company or haven't had any problems before?
Yes, references all came back positive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Don reached out, talked to different references and things like that. And again, as stated in the letter, you know, the bond and all insurance certificates need to be put in place, which Rich will take care of and make sure that we have that protection and that coverage,
Yep.
everything else.
Prerequisites, yep,
So, they did a pretty thorough job on this, which is nice.
great.
I just have two questions.
Sure.
The building committee agreed with the lowest bid, it wasn't just Don, I just, because the letter's addressed to the building committee?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's my understanding, yes.
And do you know if, I don't know if you looked at it, I understand the idea behind accepting the lowest bid, but is there something in there if something is faulty or goes wrong with their work that they're going to warranty it for a certain amount of time and we're not stuck having to pay for a leaky roof or something shoddy?
Yeah, that's the bond and the insurance certificates. Yep,
Okay.
that'll include warranties and everything else. Like, that stuff's all turned over to Rich. Yeah. Yeah. We did get the better shingles. No, I'm serious.
Well, I'm just checking.
No, I'm saying, we gotta hire quality shingle just for that reason, because we're not sure how much, when we're gonna have this kind of money again. I'm not saying
Yeah.
that to be flip, I
Yeah,
know
they
that's
gotta
surprising.
I'm like, really?
but-
Because we've had building
Yeah.
projects where something's gone wrong, and lo and behold, we end up footing the bill.
Right,
And
that's
what I
because
wanna make
we've
sure.
taken the cheaper Band-Aid approach.
Okay.
Right.
This is a better project, this is just the most inexpensive of the better project. Yeah,
Thank you.
I probably should have said it that way, and then you wouldn't have laughed. But-
Kurt, this was part of the $1.5 million bonding?
No,
This
this is paid for out of the reoccurring building fund that we have in the budget, the 100,000. So this is actually 2,000, and this is last fiscal year's money that we encumbered.
And this was an anticipated expense?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yep, yep. We had hoped it would have been done last summer, it just didn't work out, so. Any other questions? No, okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Chair votes aye, motion passes 7-0. All right, next item on the agenda is discussion, take possible action regarding Rise Up Day proclamation. So I'll read the proclamation into the record. It says, whereas Bound for Success, Seymour Public Schools mentoring program continues to pair dozens of children, bless you,
Bless you.
with successful members of the community, and whereas Rise Up was started in 2015 to serve as a fundraiser to support Bound for Success and is an integral part of the program, and whereas since then Rise Up continues to bring the entire Seymour community together in a showing of spirit and camaraderie, whereas in 2016 the event expanded into Rise Up Day, a district-wide spirit day where students, staff, community members, and their families enjoy a night of singing, dancing, and laughter. Resolved, that the town of Seymour hereby declares Wednesday, March 21st, 2018, to be Rise Up Day to support Bound for Success in its role in strengthening our community. Okay, so with that, I'll entertain a motion to approve the proclamation as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Karen, second by, who was that? By Al? Just under discussion, Rise Up has been snowed out for tomorrow and will be moved to the following Wednesday, same place, same time.
Same batch.
Okay, so hearing no comments or questions, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Chair votes aye, motion passes 7-0. Next item, item number 8, discussion, take possible action regarding National Day of Prayer. So I'll read a letter that we received from Pastor Lassou. It says, Dear Mr. Miller, the National Day of Prayer will be held this year on Thursday, May 3rd, 2018. This is a national holiday which will be held across our nation. We would like to observe this day at 12 noon at Seymour Town Hall. I'll be inviting churches and pastors in our town to participate. Would it be possible to have this service at Town Hall as we have in the past? If so, I would call on you for a brief talk and would you read a proclamation from the town of Seymour? Pastors will participate in praying and a message will be given appropriate for the occasion. Thank you for your help you've given in years past, and we have used the drummer room. Thank you for your cooperation in past years. Sincerely, Reverend Russell Lassou, who is the coordinator. So, with that, I'll entertain a motion that Seymour keep with its tradition of the National Day of Prayer, which will be held on Thursday, May 3rd, 2018, and that we allow a service to take place at 12 noon inside the Norma Drummer Room of Seymour Town Hall. Motion by Len, second by Al. Is there any discussion? Okay, hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Chair votes aye, motion passes 7-0. Item number 9, discussion, take possible action regarding streetlight financing. We are coming to the end of a very long and winding road. Okay, so Rory has been working very diligently with the vendors that we chose. The light fixtures have all been ordered. We're waiting for those to come and for the process to begin. If anybody has any specific questions on the process, once we get to the question period, Rory will certainly answer those. We are going to be using we're essentially going to borrow the money to pay the roughly $496,250 for the cost of the streetlights. That money has already been encompassed into our budget. It's going to be $120,000 for the cost of the electricity as well as the cost of the financing for the project. We're going to add in an additional $10,000, $130,000, just so we start to build up a little cash reserve for when repairs and things need to be made down the road. We think that's just a prudent thing to do. So I'll read the resolution, and then you can ask your questions, and we'll kind of go from there. So whereas the town of Seymour has commenced a project to improve municipal lighting throughout Seymour by the installation of LED streetlights and other related improvements, and whereas the town intends to fund the project in part by entering into a lease financing transaction, now therefore be it resolved that the town is authorized to enter into a lease financing transaction with Municipal Leasing Consultants, LLC, in an amount not to exceed $496,250 for a 10-year term, and be it further resolved that W. Kurt Miller, First Selectman, is hereby authorized to execute any and all documents in connection with the transaction on behalf of the town of Seymour. So can I have a motion to approve the resolution as presented?
So moved.
Motion by Len, second by Trish. Under discussion, questions, comments? Everybody's comfortable with what we've done? So far, we approved the street lighting, we approved the company that we're going to use, we approved the street lights, the town buildings, and the additional 5 spots with new lights for safety reasons. This is just simply the method of how we're going to pay for it.
Just a quick question. Approximately when are they going to do it? 'Cause I know we've been bumped a number of times by Eversource, I believe, who's dragged their feet.
Eversource has been a joy to work with.
Yeah.
Microphone on now. My mother watches from Florida. Think I'm kidding, Rory? Uh-oh. Mom, it's Rory's fault.
So we were supposed to start around the middle of this month. And speaking to the vendor, if you recall the pictures, I'll have a 10-year warranty. The original response in the RFP was for a 5-year 10-year warranty with the vendor that we chose. So they were going back and forth a bit. We have the 10-year warranty, but there was a slight delay, so we should be starting beginning in 2 years.
And it's, what, it's a 2-3 month project, something like that?
Yeah, they said somewhere between 20 and 30 fixtures a day, and there are 1,100,
Mm-hmm.
which would be 2 months.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Plus the buildings, which,
Right.
So, yeah, so the budget is set up for fiscal year 19. There should be no issues. We may have to make a small transfer in fiscal year 18, but we think we're going to be okay. So, because we over budgeted in fiscal year 18, so it should be enough to cover what's needed. The cost of the financing is 63,000, give or take. Yeah. So once 10 years are paid up, this number will drop again from 130 down to roughly 70,000. And this number started at 220 2 years ago. So we've been able to bring this down. So again, we're making good decisions now, but most importantly, we're controlling costs long-term, which is going to be an advantage for boards that follow us. So, all right, any other comments, questions, thoughts? Nope. Okay, hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Chair votes aye. Motion passes 7-0. Rory, good job on getting this. It's finally all buttoned up. So Rory's kind of spearheaded this project all by himself, so he gets all of the credit. All right, with that, we'll move on to item number 10, executive session. We're going to have two things to discuss in executive session. We're going to talk about the administrators' union contract, and then we're also going to talk about a potential contract for an opioid retainer issue. We'll call it that. Claim, there we go. Okay. And we will invite Town Council Richard Paterla to join us in executive session. So at this point, I'll entertain a motion. We go into executive session at 7:23 PM.
So moved.
Motion by Al, second by Anne Marie. Is there any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Abstained? Chair votes aye. Motion passes 7-0. We should be